This is Kim with Mom's Creative Moments, and welcome to Scrapbooking 101.5. This is our second class, and again, I'm going to try to keep this as brief as possible. I just want to give you some more information about this craft if you are preparing to create a scrapbook, and just give you some ideas to kind of mull around and think about before you get started. So there's lots of different sizes and themes and ways that you can approach this, creating this type of a memory book. You want to think about where your focus is going to be. Are you doing pictures from a vacation? Are you doing pictures of your life? Are you doing a birthday album? Are you doing a Christmas album? Are you doing an album that focuses on celebrating someone's retirement? Are you, there's just a ton of different reasons that you can be putting together a scrapbook. So think about your focus. What is your why for this album? And think about how much content you think you're going to have. If you're doing a baby book, for example, you might not need a huge 12 by 12 album to do photos of a little one's first 12 months of their life. In which case a smaller, maybe an 8 by 8 would be appropriate. If you're doing an album that is for someone's school experience, their every year of elementary school, for example, or maybe high school is included in that, you might not need a full 12 by 12 album for all their elementary school year photos. Or maybe you don't have a lot of photos from those years, but you want to create an album anyway. A smaller album would be really appropriate. Of course, at high school, if you're doing an album for someone who was involved in everything from school leadership to athletics to, chess club or D&D club, or different things that they have lots of pictures from, then you might want to consider doing a 12 by 12 album for those years of high school, because you'll have lots and lots of photographs. But then again, you could do an album that is focused on just their athletics or just their club experience or their band experience, or whatever it is. So something to think about. I'm going to show you some samples of give you some ideas, show you some things that I've done, and kind of get those creative juices flowing for you. Also, I just want to share with you what Creative Memories has to offer, the different types of albums, the different types of pages you can use, and where to start if you truly are a beginner, because you don't have to start with a huge album. You can just do a little paper album for someone, which makes a wonderful and super memorable and unique gift. So let's check out my workspace and I'll share some of those things with you real quick. All right, so we have a lot going on in my house today, but let me just share this with you just really quickly. So if you are just starting out and you are brand new into the world of scrapbooking, we have something that's brand new. It just came out last year, and they are these paper albums. They're an 8 by 8 size, and they are enough for you to do 10 pages worth of an album. And it's if you print maybe 15 to 20 photos and possibly maybe cut some of them down to fit more than one on a page, you can fit 15 or 20 pictures and make a really nice gift for some grandparents. This is just a paper cover that kind of shows you what's inside. So they come in lots of different arrangements. They come prefabricated like these are, but you can also create a custom album and create whatever pages make you happy with these. And so here we have another, sorry about that extra noise upstairs. This is the Sweet Summer album, and so it has lots of great colors, and these are all pre-printed on the page, so all you need to do is add your pictures, which makes it super fun and fast and easy. I just wanted to show you this one. This is one from a couple of seasons ago. And you literally, I just added these 2 pictures on the front, and then I'm going to add, I cut these photos down just a little bit to fit some additional photos. So you can see I've got 4 photos. I could probably even put another small one right here and make it 5 photos on 2 pages. So you can see there's quite a bit actually you can do with an album that is this size. Then if you decide that you like these pre-printed pages and working with them, or maybe you might even like to create your own pages but just continue using this same size, you can actually get an album that is the same size. You can even do a custom spine, which right now are on sale. And you can create an album simply by using the pre-printed pages and adding your own photographs into the pages and doing your journaling. These types of pages are a pocket page. So you can see they come with a white piece of cardstock inside, and the cardstock slips right out. And then you can add one of these that you've just simply cut apart at the fold and slipped it right in, and then you've got your you can see both sides of it. These are on hinges, just like for our larger albums, and they are perfect for adding lots of pages. You can see I've got a lot of pages in this one, and so they're great for if you start with this and then you decide you want to move up, then it's very natural and easy to go ahead and just move these pages into an album like this. Okay, if you already know you're going to be doing something that's going to need more space than that, then you can jump up to this size book. This is our happy album size, and it's not quite 8.5 by 11. It's actually, if I didn't remember the dimensions, well, we can look right here on my grid. So I can tell you the pages are 6 3/4 wide by roughly 9 3/4 and 9.5, something like that. Okay, so not quite as large as an 8 by 10, but you can definitely do a lot with this. And this is an example of what you can do for a back to school or a school days or school years album, where you just take a picture of the first day of school, a picture of their last day of school, maybe take a few pictures of their projects they've done at school or activities they've done at school, field trips, whatever, add them in. 2 pages for each year of school. That won't take long, really. It'll be done in a jiffy. And if you want to, you can even include 8th grade, junior high, freshman, high school years. If you have a student who's a student seriously and just doesn't do extracurriculars, I have many of those in my family. So this type of book actually works really great because the pages are just enough to keep a record of those growing years. So super fun. But you can use these happy albums for many, many things. I use my happy album for keeping track of as a planner. So like I have calendar pages in mine. Slip in pages where I can add photographs. So if I have an event and I take pictures at my event, I can add highlights of what went on each month and include them in my planner, which is super fun. You can use them for a regular memory page if you want to. So lots of different uses for happy album sizes. This is an example of one of my Christmas albums. I wanted to show you what a Fast to Fab looks like. Fast to Fab means the pictures come pre-printed, much like those paper album pages that are pre-printed. This is all printed on the page. All I did was go ahead and add the red square of paper and this embellishment down here along with my photos. This is an 8.5 by 11 sleeve and has my family letter for the year. Then this is all pre-printed. I added these ornaments, I added this note card, and I added my photos. So you can do a lot with a Fast to Fab album, and they go together very, very quickly, much like the paper albums. All you're doing is adding pictures, something to keep in mind. I also used a Fast to Fab for this album, which I have shown before on my channel. This is a memorial album for my dad. Sometimes when you're doing a celebration of life type of album, it's not something you want to dwell on for a long period of time and, you know, work on it for weeks, because it's emotional and it's sensitive. And so I wanted to do an album for my dad to remember the celebration of life we did for him, but I wanted it to be something that I could accomplish quickly. And so I used this Hello Autumn Fast to Fab album, and it went together super, super fast. This is his eulogy, which I put on separate, smaller pages so that they were easy to put together. Anyway, just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pages, and very quick. Now, if you want to spend more time, that's when you move to a blank page, and that's when you can create things like this. This is an example of some of the blank pages that I've created layouts for over the last year. This is volume 1 of my Hawaii album that you can see all the videos for the layouts for on my channel. So feel free to check those out. All right. So lots of different options there. You'll want to choose pages, and so what kind of pages you use. These are the pages for the 8x8 and the 12x12 albums that we have come in natural, which is this kind of sandy color. They come in black, which is a more traditional heritage albums. Look great done in these black pages because they're very much like the old-fashioned photo albums that that you'll see that older generations have, where they use corners to adhere their photos in place so they can take them in and out of the album. We have corners if you want to use corners. There are white pages. There are calendar pages where the calendar is pre-printed on the page and all you have to do is go fill in your information. There are pocket pages such as this, so that you can just slip in your photos or your mat cards, and they're on the same hinge, so you can put these into any album and they make a great addition to those albums. There are even ways that you can add paper to these portions right here so they don't look unusual, or they just have more color because you're able to decorate that part too. So we're going to go through many of these. We're going to do a calendar page for my Ireland trip that's coming up, and we may do some of these pages depending on different photos that I need to do for that trip. So you'll see lots of examples of these. I've used the black pages for all my Disney album pages that I've been doing. I love the natural pages because there's something about a stark white page that I just am not a fan. But anyway, I just thought I would share those with you. So you need to kind of make a decision. What type of album are you building, and what type of supplies are you going to need? And those are the decisions that you're going to need to make before you get started. Next time I meet with you, we're going to talk about doing title pages and how to do a unique title page. And I'll show you some samples and some examples of those. But from now until then, I hope you'll take some time and consider, what type of album do I want? Do I want a 12x12? Do I want a Fast to Fab? Do I want to do a school size album? These covers come in different colors, by the way, so a couple of different colors each time they come around. Same thing with the 8x8s come in a standard 4 colors, red, blue, red, blue, black, and brown. And then every quarter we get fancy ones like this, similar to this. Or you can just do a paper album of your choice, or a custom album. We also have digital pages and digital albums that you can do, which I don't have a sample of for you just now. But if you're interested in that, let me know, and I'll do a video about the digital examples and samples that we have. Okay, so once you've made your decision about what type of album you want, the next thing you are going to want to do before you try to get started in this creative process is find a dedicated space. So try to find a table, a desk, someplace where you can set up shop and leave it that way, because, and I speak from experience, throughout my husband's military career, as we moved around and had a different setup every couple of years, I came to use one particular table that was just sort of an extra table that I inherited from my grandparents, that sort of became my crafting space. And I learned about myself that if I could just set my stuff up there to Scrapbook, and if I had to jump up because my kids needed something, or I had to jump up because it was time to fix dinner, or I had to run out for whatever reason or whatever, I could leave it there, and then I could stop by and revisit it when I had periods of 5, 10, 15 minutes here or there that I could sit down and work. And I didn't have to pull it all out, and I didn't have to put it all away. And I got so much more accomplished when I was able to do that than I did when I felt like I had to clean it up every single time that I had to go do something else. Because as a mom, when you have kids and a family and a spouse and just life in general, you are not going to be able to sit down and just concentrate on doing nothing but this for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. That's just reality, right? So find a dedicated space. If it's a desk, if it's a table, if it's a card table, if it's a folding table, whatever it is, find a dedicated space where you can leave your stuff out and work on it whenever you have a free minute, and you'll be happier because you'll accomplish more. So that's my best tip I can give you for being successful at scrapbooking. And that way things don't get damaged if you can keep it up and out of the way. So until next time, I hope you have many more creative moments, and I look forward to lesson number 3 coming at you.